qualify. I'm talking about qualifications here, and it's about the suffering, the pain and the suffering behind these addictions involving relationships, and how the wreckage involves other people and the denial of it all.
From the Big Island of Hawaii, welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono by Alexander Noman, offering relief for all relationships with a focus on anger assessment and resolve.
Alex here with Aloha Speaks. And I could come from a place of know-it-all, which would be a blatant, outright lie. Or I could come from a place of an expert on a certain topic, and that would be up for huge debate, and that wouldn't help anything at all. Or I could come from a place of having some experience in some field or, again, topic. And the area of experience that I feel I can speak from is the subject of addiction, since I have plenty of experience in that area. And there are many, I believe, last time I checked, well over 200 12-step programs that are registered with Alcoholics Anonymous, since they are the mother 12-step program, having invented, I guess you could say, the 12 steps, starting with Bill W. So anyone wanting to use the 12 steps has to go through the New York office and register with them. And being involved in Alcoholics Anonymous, since alcohol can be definitely qualified as my drug of choice, I am familiar with that program thoroughly. The thing is that I qualify. I'm wanting to make this about qualification, to be able to talk about the subject of addiction, because it's about suffering. That what I'm familiar with, what I have experience in, is suffering. And that suffering is behind addiction. And although my drug of choice has always been alcohol, I easily qualify for Narcotics Anonymous. I've had tremendous experience with narcotics, especially, and I can get into cocaine. That goes by different names, ice or crystal meth, or whatever names you want to use. Never really had issues with pills too much, but could have easily. But definitely cocaine and meth. I have already accessed Al-Anon, which is a whole field in itself. And I mean, I can get into the specifics of each of these, but I would like to move forward in that I definitely have been to and used the CODA, Codependence Anonymous program, another whole arm, a different dependency issue, the drug of choice being codependency in relationships. I qualify heavily for Nicotine Anonymous. That being a lifelong challenge. Overeaters Anonymous. Sexaholics Anonymous. And there's another one called SLAA. They like to use that because when it gets in the realm of sex, it's like, let's be definitely anonymous about that. SLAA, it means Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. So it's a different Sex Addicts Anonymous. I have been to many meetings and have accessed that program. Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous is a combination of the... See, I don't want to get into details. I'm talking about qualifications here, and it's about the suffering, the pain and the suffering behind these addictions, involving relationships and how the wreckage involves other people and the denial of it all. And then Gamblers Anonymous. I am completely qualified. It's miserable and totally destructive. Emotions Anonymous. Now this is basically EA. I mean, it can be applied to all of them. So in every single one of them, it can be said resentment is the number one offender. Anger and the denial of it is huge. So the objective right now isn't to get into the details, isn't to get into the effects and cause and effects and the details. It's that, like I said in the beginning, it's not about being a know-it-all. It's not about being an expert. It's about relativity. I can relate to so many people that have challenges, that have addictive tendencies. There are so many addictions. The addiction to grievance, poor me, blame, the addiction to blame is so much at the root. I can relate to self-pity. I can relate to grief, to sadness, to anger, to suffering needlessly while it looks so justifiable. And what is waiting for me at all times is a level, because I feel it, And I enjoy it, a level of gratitude that is immeasurable and indescribable, beyond imagination. And that's what it is all about. So I'm just wanting to lay out my qualifications moving forward. Aloha. And to close, clicking on the thumbs up icon supports Aloha Speaks, as well as clicking on the free subscribe tab. Mahalo.